Hello and welcome everyone, I am Maddles and welcome to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game from the Zotac Cup. It's game 1 of a best of 3 and it is between roxkisFRAER, the green Protoss player in the lower left position, who's up against first the red Zerg player in the top right. Now, I don't think I've ever cast first before. I know I've cast FRAER quite a few times. He's done a lot of the online tournaments, things like the Zotac Cup, things like Go for SC2, Play 'em, etc. So I've cast lots of his games. First, I don't think I have, so it'll be interesting to see how this all works out. But obviously, if it's a known player against an unknown, usually we're going to expect to see FRAER take this. But obviously there are surprises that come up a bit more infrequently than I'd like, but we do obviously always see them happen. So let's take a quick look. Obviously, I keep saying obviously. God, what is wrong with me today? I've got like an obsession with that word and I don't know what it is. So if I say it again, I may just hit myself to try and get over it, but well, I'll try to avoid it. Anyway, looking here, FRAER, he's getting up his pylon in his main base, and I think that's quite interesting by itself, because he's not going for an expansion ASAP. He's probably going to go for a 1-gate expansion, most likely. Maybe a little bit nervous about what first is potentially going to be able to do, but obviously, I said it again, I went to say, my goodness, first could be going for a spawning pool, should I say, and again, it's not really early, it's 14 almost certain, he's got enough minerals for it there, so that is all looking pretty damn normal. For FRAER, he's getting the gateway up. A 1-gate expand seems to be becoming more and more popular, especially when you don't know your opponent, as opposed to a forge fast expansion on a map such as Entombed. It can be a good option to go for, because this is a wide ramp. Also, you can't wall off your natural and your main easily at the same time, so something that maybe FRAER is taking into account. Getting the gas up as well, so we'll have the option of getting some more units out. Meanwhile, first, just sending this drone down, almost certainly going to be for that hatchery. He's got enough minerals for it, so it's something that should be expected, and there we go, it's on its way down. Doesn't need to grab his third base at the normal 4 to 5 minute timing, though you often see in this matchup, purely because the natural isn't down for FRAER yet. That's something that really first needs to scout out ASAP, just so he can react appropriately to it, and adjust his build order to suit. But for the time being, FRAER getting up the cybernetics core, it's all looking fairly standard. Obviously, the fact that we don't have the second gas geyser down yet is something that could be concerning, because it leaves open the potential of there being a 4-gate. It's something that can go down. It also means that obviously the expansion could start hitting. Enough minerals sitting there for the moment, the pylon going down, so it should just be the expansion from FRAER. But if you get down there and you scout it as a Zerg player, see only the 1 gas and you didn't see this pylon, you've got to be concerned about, hey, is it going to be some 3-gate pressure, is it going to be a 4-gate? I just don't know at the moment. It's something that you've always got to keep in the back of your mind. Scouting overall isn't about what you see, it's about deducing what they could be doing from what you don't see, because very rarely, especially at top level play, will you scout out their exact build and the exact buildings that they're making that you need to know what's happening. So as we can see, enough minerals are banked up now to start up on that Nexus. You start sending the probe down obviously at 300 minerals, and then at 400 you can go straight away. So the Nexus is coming down, a standard 1-gate expansion. We've got the Stalker on its way across the map. The Zealot is also somewhere just coming up and scouting in the wrong direction, but the Stalker gonna go the right way, gonna just start picking, poking, prodding, trying to do any little bits of damage it can, because let's face it, if it gets a couple of drone kills, even if it picks off the Queen, it would be amazing, but it should force a couple of Zerglings. And at the moment we can see here, the first, he's got no Zerglings out on the field, he's just droning. He's going to try and keep the Stalker at bay with the Queen alone, but of course, as we can see, this Queen is taking quite a bit of damage, and this is before the Zealot's even over. We've got a second Stalker coming as well. The second Queen trying to come in on this, and of course, if we do lose one of these Queens, there's going to be absolutely terrible for first, because his production is going to be hurt. He's got a third Queen out now. One is going to go down, so he's not really out of it quite yet. The other Queen is taking some good damage. The second Stalker has now come in. The Queen does fall. There are 2 still remaining, though. The Zealot going to try and get in on this action. The Stalkers are doing good amounts of micro. The second Queen almost certainly going to fall as well. Only 20 health there. One of those Stalkers, if it was focused down, would take a lot of damage, but it looks like first is not going to prioritize the weaker Stalker. First loses all of his Queens. That in itself puts FRAER so massively ahead. All of this force will get cleaned up now, but to be honest, if I was FRAER, I wouldn't care, because even though he's lost an awful lot, he's gonna be pretty happy having taken out the base. And actually he hasn't lost anything, he's only lost 100 minerals so far from that Zealot. He may lose these 2, but the Zerglings won't be able to catch up due to the fact they don't have speed. The good news for FRAER is, though, with no Queens out for first, his production is gonna be hurt so bad. And that's really going to start getting shown in the work account. He's not going to be able to produce enough units. He's got these Zerglings coming in, but a good force field comes down by the sentry. These 2 Stalkers are the luckiest Stalkers in the world, especially this one. 1 HP on that Stalker. It looks like he's not even got any health there, so... Well, lucky Stalker, more aggression going to be coming down, and to be honest, I think First is going to really struggle to hold this. Even though there isn't too much on the field as we can see, there is an awful lot less there for First, an awful lot less production capability, due to having only the 1 Queen, which hasn't injected quite yet, so does need to think about getting that inject down, because otherwise he's going to have problems. But GG's out right there, and game 1 does go to FRAER. So, like the video, subscribe, leave a cool comment, and then I'll catch you at game 2 any second. See you there.